Hello and welcome once again to Crazy Comics and Stories. It's me, your charming and delightful old Uncle Rat Bastard. And coming up on the recording that we have after this introduction is Joe, Crazy Writer. We also have the enigmatic Butch. Yes, that's right, this is the second part of our Black Friday drive-around. Oh, there is a story why this episode is where it is. First, there's so much recording that it had to be split into two, and it might be three. I have a recording where we stopped to eat and talked for about an hour and a half. The problem is the background music is so loud that we all sound like this. So I don't know if that recording can be salvaged or not. I'm going to try. Second thing is, this was supposed to come the week after part one. But it was on my laptop. And on my laptop, I took it into the group home one fateful evening. And when I got home, I saw that one of the zippered pockets, was empty. Someone had opened it up and taken everything out of it. They'd taken the digital recorder and the cord. So my laptop only had about 2.5 hours worth of power before and I was using it without the cord, and I went, oh, this is about to run out of power, I better get the cord. And then I looked and saw, nope, no cord. So there's been some misnumbering. There's been some other issues, but now we do have Black Friday Part 2 Electric Boogaloo. The numbering is out of sync with the regular numbering, so just treat it like, remember when way back in the 90s when Todd McFarlane was so late with Spawn that he actually had to print issue 23 instead of issue 21, and then he went back and had Grant Morrison and he put together issues 21 and 22 to kind of, yeah. It's kind of like that. So, what we've got here is our recording of us driving around on Black Friday. The second part, where we hit a couple more comic shops, including, Cedar Cliff Collectibles, the College of Comic Book Knowledge, one of the oldest shops in the Twin Cities, Dreamhaven, one of the oldest shops in the Twin Cities, and Hot Comics Richfield, which had just moved into a new place. So, here you go, Black Friday Part 2. And next week, the return of Joe Crazy Writer. And you can tell he's back and he's been gone for a while because in the episode, I think I say a total of 12 words. There we go. We're recording.
A bunch of geeks from Minnesota.
Yeah, what's the matter with that guy? All right.
Did Julie have a hooker with him at the time?
He did. He had a piece of candy on his arm. It was awesome. Okay. We stopped at the Minnesota's largest candy store, saw the Guinness Book World Record jigsaw puzzle.
The largest jigsaw puzzle ever. Over 40,000 pieces.
Wait, are we going? Yeah, we are.
And over 10 weeks to put it together. But I mean 10 weeks of man hours.
Saw where somebody drove through the store. Hint, it's not a drive-through. Unfortunately, was it a month ago or something? Somebody stole their antique registers.
1 month.
And so they parked the tank out front to scare them off, and it must have worked because we got there, somebody stole the tank.
Oh no!
So it is a treat to go to. I mean, we didn't buy a lot because we're growing boys, we don't need a lot, but just the expansion was incredible. A lot of superhero things, a lot of things to take pictures with, a lot of things to take pictures of. I'll put them up on the Facebooks because of course Butch was in almost every one.
Oh no!
Didn't see Cory though. He might not have.
Was he there?
I didn't even see any chairs.
I thought he vanished in that turd.
He might have. And I looked through the pies. They weren't. The one time I went there, complaining about how every pie had a bite out of it.
Cory pie.
After Cory had went through, but I don't know. We did catch up with Cory though at Hot Comics Jordan, and that is a new shop.
No, they've been around 7 years.
They moved to a.
They moved down the street.
Okay, so the layout's almost the same. Just it's a little wider, a little more video games. I didn't see any back issues.
Yeah, there are a lot fewer games than they had at the original location because they had a basement basically they were in the space of a bank. And they had the vault, and the vault had the older games, like Pong and Asteroids and stuff. Then in the basement, they had a pool table, and a foosball table, and an
Operating
air hockey,
table.
and pinball machines. And then they had,
Operation.
there's a room where they have all the, like a Nintendo 64, and an Xbox, and, you know, et cetera, et cetera.
On old tube TVs set up around.
Yeah, because
Several of them.
you hook up an old Nintendo to your flat screen TV, that ain't gonna look good at all.
Nope, ain't happening.
And all of the video games there are for sale.
Oh, really? Interesting.
So if you wanted to buy their Mr. Do machine, you could.
I think you should get that big X-Men game for your shop, Joe.
They had one?
Yeah. Yeah, you remember the big double one? Yeah.
I wonder how much that baby is.
I don't know. Get it for the shop.
There's a guy
The pop shop.
who used to shop at our store, Pete. Sorry, Pete, don't remember your last name, but he has a thing, Rent Me Arcade, where you can rent arcades for, like, if you're having a party or a gathering or
Oh,
something.
yeah.
Big
Yeah,
truck
slick.
with the colors in it. Again, another brilliant idea. It's like, oh, why we didn't think of that? Because we're just consumers. What'd you end up getting, Cory?
Got two big Inhuman hardcovers.
I pointed out
Stories
one
I
of
have
them.
not seen. The first Iron Man by Bendis hardcover.
Cool.
A book Joe recommended called Comic Book Shops, which
Yeah.
we just talked about on the podcast.
$3.
And
I
the finally found it dirt cheap enough. Comics book, the best of the Marvel / Kitchen Sink black and white magazine. I've been holding off getting it because I've got those got the actual comics. I bought those in the 80s.
But you have no idea where they are.
No, I know where they are, but now I got the hardcover. I know where everything is. I just can't get to it. Butch probably knows about that.
Yeah, I'm surprised when I look something up. When I decide I'm going to read Godzilla or an old Fantastic Four or something, and I can find them. I mean, I find them. I mean, I do find them. I'm not surprised that I find them. I surprise other people who tell me that you got all those comics and you never read them.
I don't even
Yeah,
remember.
anybody ever says, hey, you got all these comics and you never read them? It's like, dude, you don't know what I do.
I don't
I
remember.
I always have at least 2 or 3 trade paperbacks or hardcovers in the car for lunch break, hit the group home, and everybody's sleeping.
Look in the box here, Cory. Read off. I got 3 graphic novels. I don't remember
You got
what they are.
Detective Comics, 80 Years of Batman.
75% off, whatever.
Going for 80.
Woo.
Give him the breathalyzer. See, Star Trek Omnibus Volume 1, which is the Marvel stuff.
I don't think all the Marvel stuff, but some of it.
Let me take a look, because the Marvel lasted 19 issues.
It doesn't start with the
Oh, this
motion
is
picture.
issues 4 through 18,
Okay, because the first 3 would have been the motion picture, which
which,
they republished as a, I guess like
Yeah,
the
separate.
super special was. You remember those Marvel?
Oh yeah, yeah. Who wrote this?
Marv Wolfman wrote some of it. And then he got fed up because there's so much stuff that they couldn't do. They could only use stuff from the first movie. And then just big old piles of just regular comics.
Yeah, they had a bunch of stuff. Number 1, some variant covers.
Wow, you had some Detective 1000s in here that you got for
Yeah, they were a quarter.
quarter each.
Yeah, and he was blowing out a bunch of covers for 75% off. So now all of a sudden on our list, which is already packed to go.
Oh, and the
we're-
Fantastic Four Visionaries by Walt Simonson.
Yeah, awesome run. Which again, I
me
have
see
no
that. Show me
idea if I have it or not.
I think I have that. Yeah.
Yeah, it starts out with the 3 issues with Art Adams. I think.
Oh,
Art,
really?
No, Art Adams came later.
Oh, he did? Oh, that's right. So,
This
fun
is the one
stuff.
that Simonson drew.
Visionary.
Art Adams,
Art Adams, good.
I'm coming for you.
That was an unexpected first stop, and now seeing what the sales are, we're thinking, oh, maybe we should hit the other 2 hot comics. Maybe we might. But we got some other stops definitely before we get that far. And their sale goes all weekend, so maybe I'll go visit them tomorrow. if we don't hit them today. And we're about an hour behind schedule thanks to Butch because he had to stop and read comics. What did I tell you about reading comics?
I don't.
I don't know either.
Wait,
right?
you
You just don't know how blurry those are now. What happened to comics?
Weird. Technicolor.
Technicolor went away.
Yeah, they're on better paper now. You can't read the ad through the comic.
That would be a cool. If you live down in the southern metro area, that would be an awesome shop to be at. Just because they do pre-orders and they had previews there and everything. Lots of fun.
Mm-hmm. And as Cory knows from growing up out in the sticks, you don't expect to have a comic shop, let alone a decent comic shop in small town anywhere.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I did notice no back issues, which was kind of depressing because they were doing like a really cool sale on back issues. Oh, gonna dig for a bit. Oh, so either they just don't have them there, which would make sense, or they just they have a couple behind some of the bigger buck stuff behind.
When does it become a back issue? Day after it
Whenever
comes out?
they bag and board it, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's like John Nunziata used to do.
All the quote back issues go to the other two stores.
Yeah,
Right.
because I mean they have room for kids to play table or cards on or whatever, Magic,
Yes,
whatever you
yes.
kids play nowadays.
If I was a kid, I would
Pokemon,
love
man,
that place.
Pokemon.
And some kids are getting set up because
Yep.
the parents are like, okay, put your bottle where your seat is, because I'm on one table with comics spread all over. The quarter boxes were not in any order. I mean, literally. You go, okay, this is upright. Okay, this one's backwards. Okay, this one's upside down and backwards. So, Hot Comics, I straighten your 25-cent boxes for you. You're welcome.
And you've seen, and Cory and I know how good a job Joe does on straightening up comic boxes.
Oh yeah, he keeps a clean shop.
Yeah, and orderly.
Well, no. You give me a flat surface, I'll fill that mother. But otherwise, says the
How about a clean corner?
Says the two guys who largely ran my back issues, and this is how they ran it. Cory'd go, "Hey, look, a complete run of ROM. Okay, let's price them out." Butch would come along, "Holy crap, a complete run of ROM. No one buys that. Put them in a quarter box." Next week, Cory'd go, "Hey, where'd this complete run of ROM come from? I'll put them up in the regular books," and so on
You
and
got
so
it
on.
He's telling the truth, but he's got it backwards.
Of course. Of course. Hey, it's not my fault you guys didn't do it your right way.
No, I would take those ROMs. I didn't put books in the quarter bin. I put them in packs.
Yes, then I would take the packs and put them up
He'd
in
take
the main.
packs, tear them apart.
In the main.
All I know is
and
every
I got
time
through,
you
it's
guys,
like, oh man, we got too many back issues.
every time you guys did something, they sold. So I wasn't gonna say nothing.
Yeah, you keep moving stuff around and it's always new.
Nothing got more
Who
interest
knew?
in the store when you
The
started.
worst thing is, those issues of ROM never sold.
Wow, God,
Joe
where'd they go?
they just weren't in the same place, so Joe
Oh, the
thought
guy
they
would
did.
come in the next week. Hey, they're gone. Damn it! And the next week, hey, they're back. Where do these keep coming from?
But boy, we got
So-
rid of a lot of Valiants.
We were talking before about the last comic book you read, Butch. What was the last one you read?
The last one I read
Yeah.
was Negation, cross-gen book that I've been wanting to read. Now, the publication date on the first issue, I think, was 2001. Now,
Oh wow, that's like after I sold this.
when you were a kid, in reading comics, all the comics you read and all the stories you have took place over a span of a few years, you know?
Yeah.
I've been sitting for 18 years waiting to read this book. And the same can be said about a lot of other books. Before, you know what got me going on that is I had a Sigil trade paperback that I finally pulled out and read, and then I said, you know, I looked through the Edge and Forge books, and I said, I always wanted to read this Negation, so I started reading that. And what, I don't know. That got me going on it.
I just like the cross-gen stuff.
Mhm.
I think that they were a few years too early. Because their business
Maybe.
plan was, the regular comics will pay the bill, we'll pay the creators.
Yeah.
And then we make all our money on the trade paperbacks and collections.
And they went on the internet.
Yeah.
Maybe
They
too
were on
early.
the internet real.
Yep. With a lifetime membership.
Oh, no, I agree with
Lasted
that,
about
yeah.
a year and a half.
It's a lifetime of the company.
Yeah.
Lifetime warranty.
Woo.
Well, beyond that, what? I don't know. I mean, I'm always reading a little thing here or there, but I really am noticed lately that I haven't been reading a lot. of comics. I did buy a book on ADD, but I'm not kidding. Can't get into it.
I read a few pages and then I give up.
I flip here and there,
I
and
gotta do it over.
I said, why would they put together such a big book?
It didn't have a page number
ADD.
1. It started on 2.
Oh. And it's what? I'm not sick, tired, and cranky, or I'm not crazy, stupid, or lazy, or one of those. That's the title of the book. I know there's people out there who know what it is. You
want a second opinion? You're all so lazy.
You're all so lazy. You, Joe. What's your last book, Cory?
Oh, I don't read comic books.
No.
I don't read comics.
I read the Sunday funnies.
Actually, what's the one I got you?
Yeah, we got it. Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, number 6.
Yeah, the interview for the podcast between J. Jonah Jameson and Spider-Man. Oh, I got it. The other one, the history of the Marvel.
My Dinner with Jonah.
The history of
the Marvel Universe, number 4.
Mark Waid. I think number 5 just came out, and that was the last one I read.
Okay.
That was kind of interesting because the just behind us, it's the end of the universe, and Franklin Richards is asking Galactus, what about the universe? Because they're preparing to go into the next universe. Well, actually, this is the last issue I read. And it goes through the whole thing, and he asks, like, how do you know so much about, insignificant Earth history? And he kind of alludes, I learned it from the Watchers, a.k.a. Galactus ate the Watchers' home planet. Why not? It's the end of the universe. And then in the back of it, which is brilliant, they have articles that not only reprint some of the original comics that they're talking about, but it talks about this is the first appearance of them. They got together in this one. Just a fan. I mean, this is the type of book. I'm reading it because I'm a geek, but it'd be much cooler as a graphic novel just to read it all in one setting. This is almost like an updated version of the Marvel Universe type stuff. And then, of course, who knows what book in the future will come and retroactively make this bullshit. Okay, guys, we have a choice. Do we want to cut across 13 to get to our next stop, or just take the freeway around?
I don't care.
All right, yeah.
I'm agnostic. I let the driver do what he does.
I keep thinking I should go back to that candy store and get the cereal box. It's just all marshmallows.
You can order cereal marshmallows on Amazon, by the way.
Yeah, I'm thinking I might get that as a gift for my nephew.
Let's take Highway 13.
A good idea. So, do we count it as a crossing as we're on it? Is there serious issues we need to know?
We only counted those on the way down. We know now. We don't care.
No, it's so many times a day we cross
We're counting them all day.
All day long. Yep. But now here comes the confusing part. 13. We need to go east. East on 13 with a big old dog named Butch.
Oh, why you gotta say it like that?
There's a Walmart that I go to that half the time doesn't have the DC books. And I just go, God damn it.
We won't go there again.
I don't have to go there anymore, though.
Got them all?
Why?
Because all the DC books are now in the comic shops.
What they did that's tricky. The ones in Walmart have different covers than the ones the comic shop can get.
I keep hearing that they're in Target, but I have yet to see them.
I haven't seen anything in Target. They had that one toy line, Battle whatever.
Primal something.
And I saw the comic book that they sold once. It was $10, and the back cover would beat to hell.
Somebody tell me why Target and Walmart, they don't carry monthly books anyway.
Probably too cheap a price point. They do actually have a 3-pack they sell for like $10.
Even something like that, yeah.
And they have variant covers in them. So it's like if you want the Spider-Man #1 Walmart variant cover, you have to get it from them.
Okay, maybe not monthlies, why not trades?
They got them online, but they don't. Walmart doesn't sell a lot of books. Go back to their book section. It's tiny.
We must want to go north.
Yeah.
I'm thinking east-west is like, north.
Yeah, I know, but because of this,
yeah, it kind of
they might call it.
Well, if we pass Valley Fair, we've gone the wrong way.
No, we're already past Valley Fair.
Okay, then we're going. Oh, that was fast.
Pet wash. Come on, Joe. There's your car, truck, RV wash, pet wash.
That's not.
Do they wash pets?
Don't
No
rub it
time.
in.
No time to wash. Besides, it's gonna rain.
Don't
in a
rub
couple
it in.
hours. One of the things we're doing today, as you know, we just can't travel without having inclement weather. Like the last time we went to Rochester, we went through like some windstorm that's so dangerous. Most truckers get off the road. They're not the ones we were on.
We ain't truckers.
We won't do let's not do a 4th of July hangout or anything.
No. So apparently we're under another winter storm watch. Thank goodness we're traveling between storms. This one starts at 6 p.m. and I was like, you know what? Let's go to Jordan first, get our candy, and then when we're in town, I at least know the back roads. So if like the freeways get all gummed up,
Right, or we can walk.
I can four-wheel. We can walk.
We can walk 20 miles.
Take the bus. Forget about us. Put the blame on Dan. Dangerous Dan Moore couldn't join us.
Dan's old.
I know from the last podcast there's tons of Dangerous Dan fans, probably 2.
Dan's
that are
old.
like, "Where's Dan?
He's
You guys
dancing.
forgot?" And they're screaming the whole time. You forgot Dan! How rude! Don't scream.
Where Dan?
Where Dan? The man, Levitan. You should have ran from Stan, the policeman. You get 20 years in the can for stealing the golden ham.
Yeah, excuse me, I was yawning.
You stole a ham?
Oh, I'll be damned.
Who threw that ham at me?
I like a ham, mock. Mock.
Okay.
Pop at me.
Poppity pop pop.
Okay, this
Poppity,
might
pop,
have been a wrong thing.
This,
I
well,
forgot
yeah,
they
I
got
see.
stop signs.
I see what you're saying.
Even when they're green. That's okay, more time.
Where are we?
What about
headed?
canned ham?
Where's our destination?
Did we talk about Cory, what his last comic was?
Joe, what was your last comic?
I read something called Negation. Oh, hated
Well,
it.
when
I just threw it out into a random yard.
You wouldn't have hated it. It's good. It's
I know,
decent
it's
stuff.
That's like when I was digging through the quarter box back there. A bunch of new number ones. Most of the books in there had that printer scuff on them. So these are obviously ones that no one was going to buy. I can't buy it. It's got to be in mint shape.
Beaters and Raiders.
I can't even breathe on it.
I can't read this.
So if for a quarter,
This
I'm like,
comic
I'm
is not in mint. It's got eye tracks on it.
How much
Somebody
did you
looked at it?
How much did you guys read Cross Gen?
I
didn't read
think
much.
I read. Oh, I can see the
I
character.
just read them
There was
in
a
the
female
trades.
character. Might have been the one you talked about. Cygal.
Sigil.
Cygor.
Sideboard.
I didn't read much, and I bought a few. I mean, George Perez was drawing it. I was interested in that. And there, man, they really. I don't remember well enough to say, but Jesus, they took so many good artists and writers and stuff and hauled them away from where the superhero books I wanted to be reading, them writing and drawing. That was brutal. It was an attack.
What is it? Disney bought that whole line for the one book that J.M.D. Mathias and Mike Flute did.
Habit is his dad.
Didn't do nothing.
Asbadad.
So
Asbadad.
Menominee. Oh, by the way, online there's the original Menominee,
Welcome to
the
Burnsville.
puppet that looks a lot like Brad Johnson with hair.
It is, huh?
Brad Johnson, you're an honorable man.
By the way, Butch,
Yes.
ready for some comic weirdness?
Always.
Fox owns part of Boom Comics.
They do, huh?
Uh-huh.
And then Fox has been bought by Disney, who owns Marvel. So Marvel owns part of Boom Comics now.
Well,
Boom, chug-a-lug-lug, boom, chug-a-lug-lug, boom, chug-a-lug-lug, boom.
And we all know how well Marvel does when they get another comic line.
oh, don't they?
Let's talent it out to Dynamite.
Yeah, or tell it to the Ultraverse. I'm Prime, you idiot!
You stupid idiot!
Did you come down to the shop on the day Superman died?
Hi. It means yes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Wasn't there a blizzard?
No, that was across the street at Dairy Queen. Were you the one that told us? No, that was Pat told us about it. I get no cake.
at the big Death of Superman
there's a big cake.
memorials.
That shows up.
years later, he's still mad
He's
about
still
it.
mad.
No, I wouldn't. I'm not a big cake guy, so I wouldn't have cared so much about that.
Now, when he would say things like that, did you ever just go to the grocery store and buy him a cake and say, "Here you go"?
Nah, he wouldn't remember it. He doesn't remember it day to day. It's not like you and pie. Cory, I'm not shopping here anymore. There you go. Empty pie tins. I can't deal with such hatred.
Pat can hold a grudge, man.
Well, we were talking about the big one he holds, which I don't blame him. You know, when he goes to get his Amazing Fantasy 15 graded to find out it was restored. And the guy, unfortunately, did it, has passed away. And I'm like, oh, could have been a difference from $30,000 sale. And I think he ended up getting like $4 or $5 grand for it instead. And that's like, no, I was a kid when I bought the thing.
Yep.
Someday when we're bored, we come down here. There's a guy in Antique, Minnesota that he sells comics. I mean, really decent price. That's a fun place to wander through for a couple hours.
Yeah, well, what?
Nope, we got other places
What?
to go.
Oh.
Antique, Minnesota. Yep.
They're not having a Black Friday sale, so screw them.
Every day is Black Friday at Antiques, Minnesota.
Dun, dun, dun. So to answer your question, that Mr. Rogers movie was awesome.
And the
That
answer
was in the last segment. We talked about it, but then we went off on a segment.
yeah, and then
Well, like I said, I feel almost stupid saying, well, all I saw was a movie on Mr. Rogers.
we talked about that
Really?
in the candy.
Yeah, we
Shop.
talked about it, yeah, but not, Cory didn't think to bring when Cory buys candy, it's a private experience. You
Yeah.
have to record it.
It
in the
is
car.
right. It's
Yeah,
X-rated.
Very much.
We wouldn't be able to hear each other over the polka music.
There was that. It was very surreal walking through the superhero display with, a life-size Hulk armor going next to a Hulk, Batman, Superman fighting, Harley Quinn spinning, the Justice League statues with Thor in the middle of them, and Spider-Man hanging all over the place
Captain America not throwing his mighty shield.
with polka music.
In heaven,
Oh, I better
there
behave
is
myself.
no
Behind me,
beer.
hello, Kappa. It is the State
There is
Patrol.
no beer.
Good Lord, man, get those comics off
Why
the thing. We
drink
don't want to get pulled
it
over.
here?
Do you want to get sued?
You want to get sued? Could we get pulled over? Hey, how come you're reading that weird Peter Parker stuff? I don't think it matters.
Oh God, I was so scared right then.
He'd probably yell at me for this more than he would the other. So
Um,
I better go as fast as I can so he
Yep,
can't catch up
yep.
with me.
Corey, what's the last book you read? Did you say?
Yes.
I wasn't
Red Raven.
listening. I wasn't listening. Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
Editorial gotta be fancy. I didn't
that's
read
such-
anything new or
Yeah.
fun. Oh, I gotta go way in the past.
It is new. I just got that omnibus.
Okay, well, I'm sitting on the Cosmic Ghost Rider Destroys the Marvel Universe, or whatever that book is, and I'm eagerly looking forward to reading that. I read the first issue a while back. Now I have the rest.
Well, if you're sitting on it, it won't be mint anymore.
I don't care anymore.
I don't care.
Anymore.
Butch don't care no more.
I can't care no more.
He doesn't care anymore.
Butch can't care no more. Speaking of Mo,
Mo.
where's Dancel Dan Moore?
Oh, kind of sad.
Did we cancel Dan Moore?
Dancel
Yeah,
Dan.
he did. I think.
No, did we cancel him?
I don't recall.
He's been cancelled.
You've been erased.
You've been terminated.
European foods.
Oh, I thought you said there was a rest area ahead.
Not yet. But I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
Always
I gotta
looking forward
belch at
to it.
least once a podcast.
Scrooge this December. It's that time of year. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
It is?
Indeed. Black Friday. Comic chopping.
Oh, okay.
Comic chopping.
I thought it was like
Can you get-
the end of back to school.
Can you get-
We're all getting laid!
I read the sigil
Get
trade.
on,
And it wasn't the first sigil trade. It was like the
Can you
third
get
one.
on the Facebooks? And we might have passed them already. I was just
Me?
curious what Mind's Eye is doing. They're doing their 70% off again.
Oh, look.
Cliff Road.
Okay, glad you said that. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
I'd have driven right back. Come to think of it, Mind's Eye is behind us, but it's always worth a backtrack.
What is it? That way?
Hey, welcome back. That was a tour of the bottom of my car. I don't see a red light. Oh, there's a red light.
It's on. Yeah, it's on. It's on, der.
Did you know Abe Lincoln couldn't sing a single note?
I tried to come up with a smart remark, but I don't have the smarts.
Where you find what it's all about.
It's no secret.
So, if there's any kids listening right now, I need you to go
Not able to get on to Facebook.
shoo your parents away for the moment. And this next part, just for the kids.
Just for the kids.
Okay.
Because we're for the kids.
Kids, are your parents out there? Okay, here's the
kids.
deal. Corey
Here's
and
the
I, we don't talk about it a lot, but we like to collect pictures of George Washington. Now, if you go into your mom's purse or your dad's wallet, you will find more than likely some pictures of George Washington.
Wait, let me look.
And just go ahead and send them to us.
Hold on. I don't collect George Washington.
What do you
anymore.
collect? Yeah.
Well,
I collect Alexander Hamilton.
I'll
Moved
tell you
up
what,
to Alexander
if you
Hamilton.
find any presidents in there, go ahead and send them to us.
I collect Raymond Burr.
We will send the ones back that we don't collect. Now, the next year we're looking to do Abraham Lincoln's. Definitely.
2020.
By the way,
Abraham Lincoln of
If
2020.
you do find Ben Franklin, yes, he's not a president, but we'll collect it too. So, okay, you can go ahead and tell your parents come back in the room now. Okay,
They're
we're back. Actually, we're almost on top of Cedar Cliff Collectibles.
Yay.
I
And
ran
there was
next-
great rejoicing.
It's right next to a Walmart or Target or something.
Target.
I don't think I want to go to Target.
Really? We went last year.
Yeah, but I really want to get
Stay
to
on Target.
Film and Dreamhaven.
Stay on target.
We got times.
And Target's open late.
We could take a runs in there. Yeah, they're probably open at midnight today.
Targets?
Targets.
Targets.
Stay on
Stay on
Target.
Targets.
You get a few more stores, I won't have any room to sit.
That's okay. You know the bus.
I got the Uber app.
It's okay.
Hey,
You know.
I need to call an Uber, but I have no coverage.
you need to follow that truck. Is this the turn?
This is it.
Thank you.
This is it.
Make no mistake where you are. This is it.
There's Noodles and Company. I don't get it. How did Noodles and
This is
Company last and Pasta Mania didn't?
Because Noodles and Company doesn't keep the noodles in water for 8 hours.
Shh, you're giving away trade secrets. You want to get sued?
Oh, I'm making Butch hungry.
But they had that noodle water drink that they served. It was really good. Meanwhile, if you're in Las Vegas and you need water, sure, they tell you not to buy it from the guy standing outside. But if you walk into the casino, they might have it at $1 too. Unless they proceeded in wiping out everybody outside, selling it for $1. Hey, we're losing on water profits because these homeless people selling it for $1. What's up with that?
Oh, also the hot dog vendors do not sell soup.
No.
Can I get some of that?
Yeah, I'd like some of that wiener water soup.
Wiener water
By the way,
soup.
I've never met anybody from Chicago that was impressed by any type of pizza and or pie found in New York.
I agree. We've got a place right next to, closest.
Come on, take your right, dumbass! Jesus.
Let the flying of the
guy's
recording
on a
device.
frickin' right-hand turn lane. He stops in the road and then is slowly, hey, is this Target? Yeah, it's a big red Target on the damn building. Little horn honk helped move him.
We jumped on the brakes and the recorder
I
went
got
flying.
the right away.
You-
Never
you-
mind.
you all
Never mind
know.
you pulling in front of me.
You all know.
Oh, Cray's back, folks. Corey, this is a good place to stop.
Driving school.
They can't reprint it because they've got characters in it
Well,
that they don't own.
it's creator owned, I guess, by
Oh.
Dan Jolly. And so it reprinted in, Dark Horse reprinted it. And what I said is they'll never reprint it original because it's got DC characters in it like Zaz.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a Firestorm crossover, so they didn't reprint the Firestorm issue.
What title?
This Bloodhound.
Oh, okay.
Which is great. Well, I don't know if it's.
Yeah,
that
because we were
great,
just
but
talking about it, and then you found it, and I'm like, oh, that
Yeah.
was so
They did a few of those. What? Claremont had Sovereign 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Byrne had Lab Rats.
That was DC.
Yep.
Which, if you need a collection, I got it in my. I'm trying to sell it. I was like, okay, read it, not going to keep it.
I gotta mix and
I
match.
wanted to stop here because they have the HO trains. It's all
Oh
freaking
yeah,
amazing.
cool.
And they do
I'll
a
do that with you
nighttime
sometime.
thing. Yeah, it's a blast. Okay, we went from Hot Comics to
Testing.
Sadly, as you heard, I think we went to Comic College. Kind of went around there for a bit. I picked up another omnibus, Acts of Vengeance crossovers, not the actual book, which apparently is a $300 book on eBay, but I bought it anyway. And I got an Art of Lady Death book, which they're always signed. Their hardcovers are cheap, and once I'm done with the art, I can eBay it.
And what do you mean by done with the art?
What did you get, Cory?
I got done with the art.
Yeah. Oh, hang on to the recorder. Oh, we're taking a left turn. Oh my God, our pile of books on Cory is going to hide under the omnibus. You'll be safe.
It's a genuine avalanche back there.
Yeah. We originally were, Dan Moore was going to come. Right now we're in my beautiful Fri-Kray pickup truck. It's a 4-person place, and the best part is...
Does that help?
There.
All right.
Where Dan used to be is now our mound of comics.
Where Dan used to be. Yeah, that would have been shitty for Dan.
No, Dan would have brought his...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Dan
we would have
van.
taken Dan's van.
Yes. That
Well,
wasn't
it's
a
not a
bad van.
van, it's the soul. So it's kind of a weird cross between a van and a...
Well, we would have been able
That's
to fit
right, I was
everything.
talking about
Actually,
it.
There's a back section.
I had
That's what it is.
boxes in the garage. I was everybody.
Boxes in the garage!
Here's your comic box. Put your stuff in here.
Oh, that wasn't-
so we could have just put it in the back. Anyways, Cory, we were at. You picked up a book, I believe.
Yep, at college, they didn't have a lot that either I wanted or didn't already have, but they did have a nice copy of Aerosmiths, which is a Kurt Busiek book he did back when...
And Carlos Pacheco, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it is. And believe it or not, I have never read it.
Wow.
And then we went to Dreamhaven, which is where I pick up cheap paperbacks, usually short stories.
Yeah. I was gonna say at Comic College, tons of Masterworks. They had them 20% off or 50% off, anyways. Extra 20 during the sale. So if you haven't gone by, it might be. He's always worth stopping by because he always has that section of discount graphic novels. And then at Dreamhaven,
But you got to get there because he closes pretty soon.
yeah.
Wait a
Telling
minute.
these people 10 days later.
Well, Dreamhaven, we walk in and we're looking around, and I hear Greg Ketter in the back because he recognized my voice.
Yeah, well, he
right
heard
away.
you first, yeah.
And
Well, Joe's here.
I envision Greg like buried in books, waiting for people to come buy him on Black Friday to unbury.
Save him. Save
So-
me.
But you rang out first, Cory. What'd you end up getting?
A bunch of paperback books, really. When I go to Dreamhaven, because they've got the high-end art books and stuff, but most of those, if I want them, I bought them at discount from DCB Service. So I go to the used books because, I love just anthologies. I love, just throwaway fiction at times, where it's like, okay, it's a nice quiet afternoon. I'll just read a novel.
I'll just throw this away.
And then you guys were talking about, what to do with all this stuff. When I'm done reading books like that, I just give them away now. Because I'm not going to read them again. They're not worth anything.
Yeah, and Ketter's got a great collection of collectible paperbacks.
Oh, yeah.
Who do you give them to?
People at work. I give them away online. Somebody says, oh, like that. And I said, okay. Here, I'll box up. Basically, it's like, okay, I've got like 10 science fiction books. I take a picture of them. And there are groups that are like, oh, I'll give you $5 for postage on that. Okay. Then we just send them around.
And if you ever do get refused and you're stuck with them, you know where to dump them.
Yeah.
Bring them to the church. That's where most
Butch's
of the
driveway.
stuff
Wait,
I
what?
get is when I'm done with it, I just put it in the charity booth.
Yeah.
Even if it's something like I was talking, well, Cory dibbed on it, but if I have that Acts of Vengeance crossover omnibus, I don't think I do. I'll just cost it to Cory, no big deal. Move it out. Cory's got a hole in the wall by now. Every so often, he does take an omnibus down to read it. He has to find another one to plug it, otherwise
The whole place will collapse.
Yeah, it's very precarious.
It's a support book.
I did the same thing. I found a bunch of cheap stuff, a couple gifts.
Load bearing.
I saw a couple of the high-end books, and he was doing 20% off. But I just kind of, I'm just gonna get some cheap stuff, some cheap reading. Ironically, the last book when we were in the garage a couple summers ago, again, a Joe Prize, forever digs it up.
That's Joe Prize.
Joe Prize.
That's Joe Prize.
That's Joe Prize. And then Butch, of course, was digging through a batch of quarter box. I mean, he had at least 10 long boxes, if not more, of quarter box stuff. And as Butch is digging through it, we're having memories like, oh, I remember this. Oh, I don't know if I have it. Or Butch, what was the one you said was Alan Moore?
A Bloodshot. Was that the Jim Lee character? What's that guy called?
Bloodhound?
No,
that's
Death Blow.
Death Blow. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, a 3-issue miniseries. I don't
Written by
recall
Alan
him.
Moore. I'm like, I
think
don't
wasn't
remember
it
that.
drawn by Jim Bakey?
Yes.
Yes.
And I may
who
have
also
it.
played Mr. Howell on Gilligan's Island, if I'm
No.
He did. That was the same guy.
Same guy.
And I may have it.
Alan!
In one of the graphic novels. But for a quarter apiece, whatever. Good reading. You did dig diligently. I'm going to find you that Wildstorm #1, which is...
Well, I know I have it.
And I have it. I buy multiple
Heaven
copies.
forbid I go home and organize my...
No, we got to go out and buy more.
No.
Cory's a sick guy. I mean, you read them, I just collect them. Cory does both.
I think I got about 7 issues of a book called, what I think was called Brilliant Boy. Brilliant Boy, yeah. And I got a Barry Ween Boy Genius vibe from looking at it. So I'll grab these. It's fun to get things that you don't have a clue what it is.
Oh, yeah. I definitely... And I couldn't even tell you what I got, but I'm sure once I read about
Whatever
it...
it is, I hope you don't give it to me.
I'll blab about it on the podcast later. A couple other ones like, this one's right up there with Potato Man, which I bought at the con and have yet to read.
Potato Man.
Is that
Cement
two
shoes.
cons ago? I don't know.
I don't
recall.
I can't picture Potato Man.
Potato Man.
It was like a
Potato
guy
Man.
just put a cardboard cover on a bunch of Xerox books.
Awesome.
I don't know. I'm like,
That is-
Cut the eyes
I
out
don't
of
even
it.
recall if there's a
World class.
copyright on it. I mean, this kid, whoever did it, didn't even know there was a copyright. So, our next stop, and quite possibly final stop before we hit the restaurant, is Source Comics and Games. I know they're open to midnight. I do not know if they shut down the sales floor at 8 or 9 or whatever. I just want to get there
It's
because
7:17. We're good.
yeah, and I got the one. We're on the freeway. The snowstorm that was supposed to hit is nowhere near us. Although the watch has changed to a warning and blah blah blah. Cory, if you need to, you can sleep in the Gruber room downstairs. It's a little like 5x5 shack, no insulation, tons of spiders.
Yep, and Gruber will keep you
Oh,
warm.
Gruber loves it. Yeah, he's like, I stay here. Comic books next to me. I read okay.
Keep you
I'll
warm.
go to the spider cave and kind of
Spider. Okay.
Pat, you want to read some of these quarter books? Nah, quarter books. No like a quarter book. Never
I
last.
read one of X-Men.
Yeah, need only knew of that.
Wildcat Gold, $100. How much did he finally sell that Wildcat Gold for?
I don't know.
Don't make Pat sleep.
Not a
like
lot.
this.
Which is weird because I remember buying a Wildcats Gold for $15 signed. I believe I saw it at Issues Needed or maybe Captain Jack's. Because I was so enthralled, I was like, I gotta buy this thing. I went all the way from Lino Lakes down to Apple Valley to pick it up and then back.
And what was it? It was a
It
gold
was
cover.
It was the gold Wildcats, but the one that was signed by Jim Lee.
Signed by Jim Lee.
You
And
had
then
to
when you
buy-
opened it up and read it, what was inside of it?
An old
Crap.
issue of Marvel UK.
Old issue of Death's Head.
That's it.
Yeah.
No, it was
Kill Power and
yeah, what's her name?
Man,
Plasm.
Half an issue of crazy
That's
comics,
awesome.
crazy comic retail.
Death Angel.
All this stuff by Angel Medina.
Death Angel Medina.
Never last.
Death Angel. Do you think does Angel
Mouth.
listen to your show?
It was a
He
complete
says
run of motor mouth.
he says he throws it on in the background when he's working.
And we were talking about you
and
today.
then every so often, Butch is digging through books. And what I loved about it, the quarter books, you're like, oh, I should buy these quarter books and throw them on Gleason's
Yeah.
or Krause or whoever you found.
Yeah, anybody you find, you just want to buy a stack.
Throw these on your hair, put these, you can sell them. And then you run across, yeah, Angel Medina did this one and that one.
Yep.
Brilliant.
Angel Medina, king of the wild
Frontier.
And Chicago, too.
Born in Chicago, down to Tennessee. Wait a minute, does that make sense?
Right. Chicago.
The
Chicago's nowhere near Tennessee.
In the state of Chicago, down to no.
Wait a minute.
State of Chicago.
Well, Chicago is a state of mind.
Oh.
Yes, so.
Now, of course, the good news is, for next year's Black Friday, I won't have a ton of doctor's appointments. So we can actually start at like 8 o'clock in the morning.
Listen, in your state, you shouldn't even be buying green bananas.
I shouldn't be driving. Here, grab the handle. Whoa.
We can't be making plans for next year. I'm not making plans for getting to the source.
Nope.
And we're 2 miles away.
Red, don't buy.
Don't buy. What do you mean? What's that supposed to
Look,
mean?
I swear I can find the source. Let me close my eyes with my hands and not hold the wheel. The car will just make it there on their own.
All right.
That's where you insert
Cory
the
will
crash.
take bets.
Insert some crash sounds there. All right. My hands are back on the wheel. Jeez.
Screech bang.
Bunch of savages.
Smash, bang, crash them up, put them back again.
Savages in this town.
Smash Hip Derby is fun.
Joe is driving. How can that be?
Do well, not drive. Do well, not drive.
Everybody disco dancing.
I'm dancing.
Dancing out away.
Dancing machine.
I gotta admit, when we were at Steve Brown's store, he was playing stuff from the 70s.
Yeah.
Well, they were playing stuff from the 70s at Hot Comics.
Yes, they
I
were.
know,
It was like
whoa,
a theme.
What am I missing here? Are they all on like the same channel?
So that they weren't listening to the Christmas
Dance
music.
to the Wolfman.
Yeah. You're gonna keep your record high. Cory, did you need to stop at Half Price Books?
We can.
No, source first. Half price
yeah.
stays open till 9. We can stop there.
As
Or
I
we can
said,
just say screw it and go eat.
I don't have to work till tomorrow at 2 in the afternoon.
Well, hot diggity dog. I filled my quota for the day.
Yep.
Hot damn.
Now, believe it or not, and I've been known to lie,
You?
but this here's a true story.
There, that's the opening for the podcast.
That's the opening for Ren and Stimpy.
I know.
Oh.
Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun,
that
dun,
means
dun,
it.
dun, dun.
Hey, where's Phil? He put him to sleep.
Bill? Ah, we don't know
No,
Bill.
you don't get it. The big sleep.
That's how I found Ren and Stimpy.
Wake
They
him
were
up.
showing that one at the Twisted Cartoon thing that they did every year. The Twisted Cartoon Festival or Animation Festival or whatever it was. You, Chris, and I went to one once, Joe.
Was that the animation film
Spike
festival
and
in
Mike.
Uptown?
Yes.
Oh, those are fun. They might still have them, but I never see them advertised anymore.
I was going to buy some
They don't
Spike
do
and
it
Mike's at the
anymore.
candy place.
Yeah. Spike and Mike.
Do my own animation festival.
Although they do the
He said you do.
He didn't like that clover
found,
leaf. Oh, we're going to the
video
source.
festival.
My mistake.
I've been buying the DVDs of the Found Video Festival.
Oh.
Those are so funny.
You know, and there's so many other stores that we didn't. Last year I went up to the one in Forest Lake. I forget what it's called. But that was the one I got the Captain America movies for you, Cory.
Oh.
I went back and got the. They're like the bad ones they did before.
Hey. We got to be nice because Reb Brown, who played Captain America,
Yeah?
now one of my friends on Facebook.
Tell him I said what's up.
Sorry, bad.
I actually told him yesterday they're showing one of your movies on the Mystery Science Theater 3000
Did he
marathon.
apologize? Or?
Space Mutiny.
Oh.
Don't know. Haven't heard back from him.
He's like, well, I'm going to unfriend this guy.
He's got to dig his head out of the sand. Oh, not Space Mutiny.
Of course, when I'm finally up and at 'em and we don't have to worry about winter weather, we will plan another southern journey into.
Warmer territory.
Actually, Mankato has a.
So what's the
a
found-
really epic comic shop that I want to check out.
Mankato, yes. What's the found footage festival? Found
It's
film.
these
Found film
guys. They
festival.
buy videotapes, just weird videotapes.
Oh, I've seen those guys
Oh, get them working in
on the
Hollywood.
TV.
They're
Okay.
coming back to town again.
What do they do?
sometime in December.
What do they do?
They find videotapes
Uh-huh.
at estate sales,
Yep.
and garage sales, and
Yep.
you know, Goodwill and places like that, and they
Yep.
go through them to find the weird, funny stuff.
Brilliant. I should just give them my tapes. I've got a whole garage full of stuff. Once I find the one that's got my wedding on it, some things are too weird.
Yeah, that'll be weird. No, you ask them to find it.
I was
Say, let
gonna
me know when
say,
you find my wedding.
If you remember Level Up Games down in South St. Paul closed, another store took over. Dreamer's Vault, which I've never heard of before, but they're mostly games, but they do have comics, so we may have to take a return journey down there. And we still haven't gotten down to
Alright.
unique collectibles in Hopkins. So there's so much more to see.
Does that mean I have to leave the house again?
At least 3 more times next year.
God damn it.
No, you're done for this year.
Hey, you're literally down to where you could get a punch card and have the number of times you're going to leave your house
Chunk, chunk.
on punch.
Yeah, after 5, we leave you alone.
For the rest of your life.
Yeah.
My bump card.
Bump card, yes. For your mid-card status.
Oh, let's see.
Wait, now.
Okay, now I was thinking,
Wait,
oh my
no.
God. Parking's, we're not at the source yet.
Where are we?
Well, we're just at somebody's apartments.
Oh, by the way, that last time on Highway 13 was the last time we crossed it. So we did it, what, 4 times? 5 times?
For today.
Yeah, 4 times.
For today.
Oh, there are a lot of cars here at the source.
For today.
For
Okay,
today.
yeah,
For
I'm
today.
just going to wait. I think somebody's pulling. Nope.
Spots
They just-
right here,
they just
facing
showed
right
up.
at us.
Good enough, we'll park here.
We can park here.
Get back here. Well, kiss your stuff goodbye.
Kiss your stuff goodbye.
Time before video games. You know,
This is a Crazy Comics and Stories Podcast Extra.
Epilogue.
because
Joe, why were you still recording?
Well, in order to bribe my wife to allow my 2 boisterous friends in to enjoy some of the leftover Thanksgiving pie.
you mispronounced best.
Oh, sorry. I've done that before. Right, Birch? And
Birch, huh?
Hey, I'm the one who called him Birch in a tweet.
my
in a
lovely,
text.
long-suffering wife told me to stop through McDonald's, get her cheeseburger, onion rings, and a large orange drink. So I gotta get her that. So, and of course, when we get here, there's only about 300 cars ahead of us.
Yeah.
I can barely see the golden arches from here,
Yeah.
but I'm not getting out of line because there are now like 100, 41, 42,
Are they giving away
cars
Beanie
behind
Babies
us.
again?
I think they're giving away $1 graphic novels. I'm not sure. Now, see, the what sucks about it is that the plan was when I get home, I'll go in, we'll give my wife her food, and she'll probably retreat to the bedroom, and then we can go have some of our delicious leftover Thanksgiving pie. And in the meantime, we'd sneak all my shit in the house. However,
Sneak, don't tell her, gang.
as we've been talking about how there's a snowstorm that allegedly was going to be on top of us 5 hours ago, it's here. And it's not here as snow, it's here as rain. And, well, there's a little bit of snow. And then now it's even worse because it's like, oh yeah, we're right on the edge where we might get 7 to 12 inches. So I'm glad I got 51 graphic novels to read. But in the meantime, I was like, as we're leaving the restaurant, Cory, should we film our freaking and geeking or an epilogue? Nah, I'm done.
Yeah,
I
so
don't have
literally,
anything I'm freaking again.
we'd hung
How
up the
can a
line.
guy who does 500 podcasts a day?
Yeah.
I'm
Right
done.
on.
With that. I'm done, bitches.
Well, we could do a dramatic reading of the first trade I pull out of the.
Yes.
And, oh, it's 1 month to live.
Oh, I think I sold that from eBay.
It's recommended to me by Cory,
It was okay.
and it was costed to me by
It
$1.
was adequate.
So back in the I alluded to this earlier, back in the right when we were starting,
And you've been known to
which
lie.
was 100 feet over here.
Let me turn off your light.
On the Halloween of 1978, I was a 9-year-old
This lad.
I was a 10-year-old fifth grader, and that was the night that Michael Myers went on his escape rampage in the
I saw
original
it.
Halloween movie
Wait, what?
against Cory's namesake, Laurie Strode. And a couple of blocks back, right from behind where we are right now, I was the Hulk that year. Now, I like the Hulk as a comic book and a comic book character, but the Hulk TV show had also come on, which had an influence on us as Hulk enjoyers or lovers. And I had the plastic mask from Kmart, and I had a ripped up T-shirt. Now, what's the temperature here on Halloween? And
Generally about 28 or below.
33 degrees maybe.
Occasionally
Right?
50, sometimes nuclear snowstorms.
I'm 5 miles from home because I had moved away, and I came back with my short-time, part-time friends, trick or treat here with them. I'm dressed in a plastic mask and a ripped-up T-shirt, and what a hulking powerhouse that must have been, huh? At 10 years old, and I was going between. We were trick or treating. I was going between two houses, and some bigger kids ran out, and just one of them picked me up, hurled me through the air. I could see my candy flying in an arc out of the bag, And I was like, "But I'm the Hulk!" I mean, I'm the Hulk. How could this happen? So, like I said, I get beat up everywhere I go. I got beat up at the source.
Yeah,
And on the way home,
And your daughter beat you up when you got to Halloween with her?
Yep.
Sad, sad.
on the way home, as Hulk Butch was walking home,
Yes.
we heard this music. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Dun.
People, let me tell you about my best friend.
And a good old boy
And it was that too.
on the love boat.
One of these things is not like the other.
And
One
the
of these
rest
things just
we're
isn't
here on
the one.
Gilligan's Isle.
Oh, these are the people in your neighborhood. In your neighborhood. In your neighborhood. You see, as a kid, whenever they did
Beautiful day
that,
in
oh,
the
these are the people in your neighborhood.
Beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Cory was like,
Won't
What's-
you
what's
be
a neighborhood?
mine?
"What's a neighborhood?" Yeah.
Won't you be mine?
Won't you be?
Well, Cory, you had neighbors. Yeah, they lived about 3/4 of a mile away.
God, how did you get so lucky?
Halloween, we'd get in the car and
Oh.
drive to all my mom and dad's friends.
The good news is...
Did you get attacked?
No, 'cause
The kid was cool. He
'Cause we were in the
apologized to
car.
me. The kid said, "Oh man, I thought you were someone else."
you mean you thought I was the Hulk?
He thought I was a friend of mine who I'm not sure why I wasn't trick or treating with.
Oh.
Well, the good news is by the time you get to the window, it'll be breakfast time.
Well, my friend probably went, "Yeah, see, I'm gonna be the Hulk tonight, so you just wait over there between those houses, and I'll be at home reading the Hulk."
Now, did you pick up all your candy, or was it lost?
I believe he and I did a quick pickup. He did a quick pickup. I did a more of a pickup, and then the next day we walked by there, and I said, "Oh, there's all my candy
Oh.
in the gutter."
Full size.
We have not moved an inch.
Oh, here we go. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We moved approximately half. I forgot to also say this is quite possibly the most retarded McDonald's on the planet.
Now, is this one that has 2 windows or just one?
It has 2, but they probably have like half a person running back and forth between them.
Because I know for some McDonald's, the busier ones, they actually have outsourced the drive-through. So they don't have a person manning the drive-through who's here. It's someone who's in a bit far away.
Well, here's what I think happened why the second drive-through is closed. Because earlier today, someone called in and said, "Can't make it to work tonight. Family emergency. Black Friday.
Right.
Get a new TV."
And the sad thing is, Cory made the dumbest suggestion on the planet before we turned the recorder on. Why don't we go to Burger King? He really, really wants me to live on his couch.
Yep.
'Cause you know, Chris
What is wrong with
kicked
Burger King?
me
Yeah,
out.
have you ever had their French fries?
Oh, Nasty.
When I ate meat, I liked Burger King's burgers a hell of a lot better than McDonald's burgers.
You didn't have a Burger King near you growing up, did you?
No.
No, just Burger Chef.
We didn't even have Burger Chef.
No.
We had Hardee's.
Burger Chef was one of my earliest comic books, you guys.
Good job.
Tiny little comic books that they would give out that were, like mini comic size. They were they were in color. They were colored.
Drawn by?
I believe they were drawn by
Neil
Neil Adams. No, I don't have any idea. How would I know this?
Ditko did a lot of those.
Ditko did the Burger Chef?
He did Burger Chef. He did Big Boy. He took a lot of those industrial type comics jobs.
That's neat. That's neat. He couldn't get hired at Marvel, huh?
No, he was over at Carlton. It's not that he couldn't get hired at Marvel.
I know.
He didn't want to.
Nope.
Although Jim Shooter talked him into coming back.
He did, huh?
Yeah.
I never knew why he...
When this ceases to become a mission of food and becomes a quest.
He was virtually Mr. Nobody to me.
I bought every Ditko comic as it came out.
Every Ditko comic, that is what I bought.
You know what the good thing about a Ditko comic was, even at Marvel in the 70s? Vince Colletta had nothing to do with them, because Steve Ditko hated his inking.
Mm-hmm.
Have I told Butch the Ditko Vince Colletta story?
I think so.
When, in the 60s, when you worked at Marvel, you'd come to the office, you'd drop off your art, and they'd say, oh, okay, and here's all the stuff we've published, so that you had a good idea what was going on.
I remember. I was there.
Ditko, when he would come in when Stan was not there, because he was not getting along with Stan.
Oh, man.
And when he'd get his comics, he'd take a look through, and anything that was inked by Vince Colletta, he would go into Stan's office and put it in the garbage can in Stan's office.
That's great. And Vince Colletta could have been a good anchor.
Well, I've seen some of his stuff in the 50s, and it's adequate. But he was the kind of guy who, you're only paying me for a shit job, so you're getting a shit job.
He was practical. He was pragmatic, and he was sitting out by the pool. Now, was the living eraser actually created to look like Vince Colletta?
No.
And he was from another dimension?
Yeah.
He erased good art into a different dimension. I think a good embellisher could clean those up.
Angel, we're looking at you.
Yeah, you embellish. But we'll embellish some story.
Wait, Angel's just an inker now?
We can't. We can't even maintain a conversation sit through at McDonald's. Sit through, drive through. Well, yeah, it's more of a sit through, isn't it? And when you get up to the window, may I take your order? Let's see.
Can I get a Whopper? Do you serve the double down?
Yeah.
Do you have those special burgers you had in the summer that were from like Canada?
Made out of plants?
Holland?
I'll take a Big Mac.
Hold the beef.
And hold this special sauce, lettuce, tomato, bun. Wait a minute. Yeah, just hold everything. I'm not very hungry.
Ron and Carol told me a story last winter. They went to McDonald's and they went in and they said, all right, I want a cheeseburger with only onion or something like that. Or I want a hamburger with only pickle and onion. I'll take a hamburger with only pickle and onion.
So they got a bun.
They brought him on a bun with just pickle and onion. I said, you gotta be. I'm not looking forward to getting any older because they'll start doing that shit to us too. A hamburger. They didn't say a bun without the hamburger.
Now, here's the thing, Butch. When we get older, we can't just say a hamburger. We have to call it a hamburger sandwich.
A hamburger? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to dress like Colonel Sanders. So they'll just bring me fried chicken.
What was the name of the purple thing that used to steal shit?
The Grimace.
Hey, is the Grimace working?
Yeah, he's not.
What the fuck?
Well, where's he working?
You guys are slower than the Grimace.
No, don't forget.
Where's a hamburglar?
When they ask you what you want, first say I'm not Herb. And you'll get a discount on your Big
Mac.
Right. You say I'm not Herb.
I'm
They're
not
not
Herb.
your French fries, right, Joe?
No.
Yeah. This is for my wife. I'm not Herb. The guy at...
Herb showed up at WrestleMania.
He actually showed up at one.
That's
at
right,
Burger
he
King here.
did. And that was like the first WrestleMania.
Are you Herb?
No,
That was like
later.
the third
It was
WrestleMania.
later.
Are you Herb?
Second.
Hello, Herb. Herb.
No, because the
Third.
second one was the one that was in 3 different places.
Third. I think it was the third.
Herb.
I think 86 is when Herb showed up here in town.
The best WrestleMania, WrestleMania 3.
Is that why Herb Trimp said he'd never come back here because you kept walking over? Are you not Herb?
I'm not Herb. I had a I'm not Herb button. I was wearing at Chicago Con one year, and one of the guys was like, "Oh, here's a guy who can't let it go."
Oh, it's Herb Trippy.
You know what? I think the button's going to make a return to the Spring
Good
Con.
evening, welcome to McDonald's. Go ahead with the order, please.
All right, cheeseburger, small fry. You got strawberry shakes going?
Yeah, small medium large for the strawberry shake.
Let's do small on that one too.
A small strawberry shake.
Yeah, and that should do her.
Give me 1 hot second and I'll get that for you.
All right.
I can see her in
Small
there.
strawberry shake, please. Anything else for you, boo?
Tell you
No,
what.
that should do her.
I was like, that's a cute hat.
601.
Oh, okay then.
I see it on the machine. Yeah. Thanks. All right, who's got a penny?
Well, a half an hour later,
I do.
I dumped my 2 pennies in the change gimmick
In the gimmick.
at Holiday this morning before we ate wax donuts.
It's
It's pretty dark, but I think that's a penny.
Cory
Is that
got a penny.
Canadian, it'll work. That ain't even worth the zinc is put on.
Hey,
Gee
if you're going
whiz.
to throw a Canadian quarter in there, you got to throw in another 8 cents, because that thing's only worth 17 cents.
I believe we came up to this McDonald's on that trick-or-treating expedition and got the Tootsie Roll that they were handing out. Was it McDonald Land cookies? Did they give those
It's
out?
still big behind us.
No, I just thought we'd be the last ones. All right, that's it. End of the line. End of the line.
And the line.
End of the line. Go to the arcade.
All Indians out of the pool.
Go to the arcade. So at the arcade, what they had was like the black and white video games, pinball machines, pool table. But it was funny then when it
Some
moved
guy
up
in
there.
high boots. I'm a pinball wizard.
Of course.
You're tilted. You get home, Chris will be asleep. I got your cheeseburger.
Oh gosh.
Onion rings. And a large orange
Drink.
drink. Say it. I hate to say it, this bill's larger than a $20. Will you take them? Get it, get it.
I get it. I wish I had it.
Had it, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Your change could help.
Here comes the snow again.
Here comes the
Washing
snow.
on my truck,
Do-do-do-do.
washing off the shit I got from
Here
Jordan all
comes
over
the
my truck
snow,
again.
And I said,
It's all right.
my back hurts. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Goodness sakes alive, we got us a convoy.
Call the ambulance. Do-do-do-do-do. We got us a convoy. It was the 3rd of June in that Texas moon and
Reefer
something
going
hauling
on.
logs.
We ain't gonna pay no.
Or was it the
toll.
6th of June?
I don't
Oh, I don't know what day it was. Well, anyway, the weather was better than this. It's warming up into the 40s and 50s by June 6th around here.
Yeah.
See, I can always tell if somebody's watched Final Destination or not.
Ooh.
Because will you drive behind a truck hauling logs?
Oh gosh. Yeah, but I already wouldn't. I had heard stories like that 15 years before that movie came
Because
out.
every time I see a truck hauling logs, I can't be behind this thing.
Do you remember the Brian Regan gag? If I see a log truck going that way, and I see another log truck past it going this way, why do they?
I know, I had to look at that too. Like, I hope it's a penny.
It's a coin. It can't be any less.
It's a halfpenny.
Does it stick its tongue out like the other one did? You go like that, it sticks its tongue out. The picture on there sticks its tongue out, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, the one that's inside.
Kind of goes,
Yeah, not him, but the one that's in there.
yeah, yeah. We didn't even know where we were. We just saw a line of cars looking, hey, this is a hopping place.
Yep.
Let's go.
We're going to be here all night.
You gonna be here all night?
It's like everybody at the same idea. Let's go to McDonald's.
Yeah, we do get this day. We go 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
All right.
Can you sit right here for the
I
go
can.
get my change?
I can.
Don't move. I'll be right back, baby. Right back.
Don't move.
He moved.
Don't you move. Don't you move a muscle.
I'm diggity dog. That's
The night-
almost.
You should tell Chris, man, your McDonald's food was too expensive.
Yep.
Halloween.
I'm gonna bring in my $200 Supergirl stack.
Hey, wait. That's my wife's routine. The night the Hulk got smashed.
Oh, good smash.
Hulk gets smashed.
Don't drink too
How you
much.
doing? Yep. But I know. All right. I like that
Pull
tag
that on
team.
you,
Thank you.
That's it. Can I get? Did you say trick or treat?
I imagine these people get enough shit. You know, it's like, whatever, just have some fun, you know?
Oh yeah.
Oh, great. I get to smell meat.
That's why they make the big bucks. What?
Always said you can always tell how a person is by how they treat, like,
Yeah.
somebody in the fast food industry
Yep.
or a waiter or something.
Somebody who cannot either fight back or do something for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, or that you're smarter than, you know.
When I was dating, that was the one thing I always looked for. How did they treat the wait staff?
Why did you mean at Weight Watchers?
No, waiting.
Waiting? Oh, I saw that movie.
Man, you stole my joke.
Ah, he grabbing me.
When I think about
Rockefeller's
you, I touch
Arcade.
my bill, oh, Billy. Billy,
I think you
don't
can still
be a
see my candy in the
hero.
gutter down there.
Oh, we could grab a few.
Yeah?
I'm sure it'll be good now.
Well, you know how candy is. Wasn't good in the first place.
By the way, next time you listen to the song, not about food.
Say that again?
You think?
The song Candy, I Want Candy,
I Want Candy by Bow Wow Wow?
it was, when it was originally recorded, it was about a woman who was on TV.
Gasp.
And we said, hey, get off it, you're going to break it.
Oh, there's a penguin on the TV.
Was she played by Jessica Winkensworth, that girl you like? That redheaded?
Christina Hendricks?
Yeah, her, him.
Jessica Wicked What?
Was it played by Studebaker Hawk?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, that one.
Tell him, Hawk.
Hawk.
No!
Well, Sting! I can't do it. I'm not man enough to imitate Road Warrior Hawk. Of course, neither is anyone else.
We got a beatings corner,
pretty
and we're
good.
way behind.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, not good either, but best you're going to get.
I'll stick with Stone Cold. What?
Stone Cold.
What? Minnie Mouse son of a bitch?
I thought you knew
Stop
these
a
were
mud hole in you and walk it dry.
Sounds like you got 15,000 people out there calling you an asshole.
Oh, I don't know if I'm going this way.
Don't. You're good likely to lose your comics.
Up.
Oh, it's just a crash squad car.
Cops are here to give us an escort.
I give him the breathalyzer.
Yeah, they heard Chris was going to be waiting at the door.
Oh, they're really giving this guy the once over.
Well, gee. All I did. Yeah, they're coming back from that. It was like a Suburban with a trailer, so they're just coming back from comic shopping too. Black.
Hey,
I got a 42-inch TV.
hot diggity dog. I filled my quota.
42.
Which I
Well, it
believe is how we
was
started.
$99. Hot diggity dog.
So in the time we started this podcast and get to my house, we got a little bit of snow coverage.
Sadly, when
A little bit of the bubbly.
when Cory edits this
Oh, God.
this extra, it will make it look like we weren't in the line for 37 minutes, but for like 6 minutes.
Actually, I'm a little impressed with our song melody. Not to mention, of course, we got running past the lawyers and see what we can run. About these 3 seconds. All right, whoop.
Wait, we've got lawyers?
Yeah, run it by the lawyers.
Oh, it's not like we're, using Calvin and Hobbes.
My dad is a liar.
Whoa!
Oh, you mean he's a lawyer?
Joe going for a deep cut on that.
I am
Wait.
casting shade.
What did I miss?
Not on the, whoa.
There is no after the podcast. After Smash.
All right.
After Mash.
I will snuggle
I
up.
did not realize Aftermath lasted for 2 seasons.
I didn't either. I watched it. Actually, I think I did because they start the second season with Radar's wedding, which wasn't enough to get me to watch it. I think I watched the first episode, the second episode, and then, oh, hey, there's the car. Oh, you got
There
the
it is.
ticket. Oh, no, he didn't. The ticket's still on there.
This week we'll be reviewing the movie From the Cradle to the Grave, which is an appropriate name for this film because that's how long it seemed like it was when I was watching.
Snark!
I believe Richard Roper said that on
All right,
the,
I will pull
at
up
the
to
movie.
your vehicle, Mr. Strode, and you may transfer the loved ones.